Bright Tuty. Every student matters.
Hello children, welcome to the session. The topic that we are going to cover today is neutralization, and the name itself suggests it has the word neutral, that is, it is cancelling the effect of something in order to neutralize it. Okay, so let us understand this in simple words. Neutralization means when an acid reacts with a base in order to neutralize the effect of one another is known as neutralization. Now, in order to understand this in a better way, we will conduct an activity, and what you are going to do is, in this activity, we are going to learn more about one more indicator that we have not yet studied, and this indicator is phenolphthalein. Okay children, so this phenolphthalein is again an acid-base indicator, that is, it changes its color in different mediums, and the change in color will indicate whether a substance is acid or basic. Naturally, the color of phenolphthalein is, it is actually colorless, okay, and it remains colorless in acidic medium, whereas in basic medium, it changes into pink color. So let us move ahead with the activity and understand the neutralization in a better way. What you are going to do is, you will take, let me just erase it for you guys, and what we are going to do is, we will take a test tube and we will fill 1/4 of it with dilute hydrochloric acid. What we are going to take? We are going to take dilute hydrochloric acid. And what is the symbol of hydrochloric acid? It is HCl. H for hydrogen, Cl is for chlorine. Now you will note its color and you will observe it to be colorless. Okay, naturally it is colorless. Now you will note down the color of phenolphthalein. Phenolphthalein is the acid-base indicator, and we have already noted that it is colorless. Okay, now you will add 2 to 3 drops of phenolphthalein indicator to this test tube. You will add 2-3 drops of phenolphthalein into it. Now you will shake it gently. You will shake hold the test tube, cover it, and you will shake it gently. You will observe. Now you will have to observe its color, and you will observe that there is no change in color and it is still colorless. Okay, so let us move towards the next step of our activity. Now what you are going to do is, you will add to this acidic solution a few drops of sodium hydroxide. What is the symbol for sodium hydroxide? It is NaOH. This is a base. You will add few drops of sodium hydroxide, and now you will observe, is there any change in the color of the solution? And you will observe that it has not yet changed the color. So you will continue adding the sodium hydroxide to this test tube till dropwise, while stirring it, till the pink color just appears. And when the pink color is observed, you will observe that there is an excess of base to it. How do we understand this? Actually, we had acid in the test tube, and acid was hydrochloric acid. To this, we have added a base which was sodium hydroxide, and when equal amounts of both the acids were taken and all of the acid was neutralized by the effect of base, there was no change in the color of the indicator. When we were adding few more drops of sodium hydroxide such that there was excess of base, then the color changed to pink in color. Okay.
To show that acids react with alkalis and a neutralization reaction takes place. Materials required: dilute sodium hydroxide solution, dilute hydrochloric acid, phenolphthalein solution, beaker, dropper. Method: pour about 20 cc of sodium hydroxide solution in the beaker. To this solution, add phenolphthalein solution. You notice that the solution turns deep pink. Fill the dropper with dilute hydrochloric acid. Allow the acid to fall in the beaker drop by drop. Go on stirring the beaker. You notice that at some stage, by the addition of 1 drop of acid, the solution suddenly becomes colorless. It is because at this stage, the sodium hydroxide solution has completely reacted with hydrochloric acid to form salt and water. Thus, the last drop of hydrochloric acid makes the acid in excess, and hence the color of phenolphthalein changes from pink to colorless. Touch the beaker immediately after the solution becomes colorless. You notice that the beaker is warm. Thus, we can say that heat is evolved when an acid reacts with a base. The process due to which an acid completely reacts with a base with the evolution of heat to form salt and water as the only products is called neutralization.
And let us just conclude this session with the definition of neutralization. These are the reactions between acid and bases and are known as neutralization reaction. And what is obtained in this reaction? We obtain salt. When acid react with a base, we obtain salt. And children, one thing is to be noted is that heat energy is also evolved in this reaction. So this reaction is an exothermic reaction. Okay. So in neutralization, the heat energy is always produced and heat raises the temperature of the reaction mixture. Okay. So this was all about the neutralization reaction. We have a question related to this. Bujo added dilute sulfuric acid to lime water. So children, what is lime water? We have studied that lime water is actually calcium hydroxide. And what is its chemical formula? The chemical formula of calcium hydroxide is CaOH whole twice. This is lime water. And what Bujo has done? Bujo has added dilute sulfuric acid. Dilute H2SO4 is children sulfuric acid. So what he has done? He has added few drops of lime water, that is calcium hydroxide, to dilute sulfuric acid. And the question asked is, will the reaction mixture become hot or cold? And children, you have to observe that dilute sulfuric acid is acid, whereas calcium hydroxide, that is lime water, is basic in nature. So what this reaction is all about? This is a neutralization reaction wherein the reaction is between an acid and a base. And what will be the product form? The product form will be a salt and heat energy. Okay children, so what will be the salt form? Salt form will be calcium sulfate and water. Okay children, along with heat. And since heat is always evolved in case of neutralization reaction, yes children, in neutralization reactions heat energy is evolved and therefore the reaction mixture will become hot. So this is the answer to this question, that when you add acid and base, the reaction mixture will become hot. Why? Because in case of neutralization reactions, heat energy is always produced. In this session, we are going to learn about neutralization in everyday life. And what we have learnt about neutralization up till now, we have studied that when acids react with bases, they neutralize the effect of one another, and the reaction is known as neutralization. And these types of reactions are mostly exothermic, that is, the reaction mixture will become heated once the reaction has occurred. So let us now move ahead and understand about neutralization in everyday life. And the first area of life where you see neutralization most often is when you are suffering from indigestion, right children? Whenever, do you know that in your stomach also produces an acid which is hydrochloric acid, and what is its chemical formula? It is written as HCl. So students, your stomach produces HCl in order to digest the food, but when this acid is released in excess, you suffer indigestion. And in order, whenever there is excess of acid in your stomach, in order to neutralize its effect, you are given basic solutions, and such basic solutions that help you digest the food are known as antacids. Students, this is really important concept. You have to learn this, that this is known as antacid, and most commonly given antacid is milk of magnesia, and it is actually magnesium hydroxide. Its formula is MgOH whole twice. So students, this is milk of magnesia, magnesium hydroxide. It is given whenever there is excess amount of hydrochloric acid produced in your stomach, which may cause indigestion and pain in your stomach, and you will feel immediately better after taking bases like milk of magnesia. Why? Because it will neutralize the effect of excess acid and help you digest the food. So let us move ahead and see what are the other areas where you can see neutralization. And in case of ant bite, we have studied in the beginning of the chapter that ants' sting consists of an acid. And what is that acid? That acid is formic acid. So whenever an ant bites you, it releases this acid into your skin. And children, and since it is an acid, it will cause you irritation or itching, and in order to neutralize its effect, you apply moist baking soda. Or what is baking soda? Baking soda is sodium hydrogen carbonate, and its formula is NaHCO3. And whenever you apply such basic ointment or solution over the area where and when you apply basic solution to that area, you will immediately feel better. Why? Because these bases will neutralize the effect of acid on your skin. Some other bases like calamine solution can also be applied. These are usually available in the form of ointments, okay? And it is known to have zinc carbonate, and its formula is ZnCO3. So these are the two most commonly used bases in case of an ant's sting. Whenever ant bites you, you can apply a basic solution in order to feel better. Okay children, so this is the second thing that you studied about neutralization. Let us move ahead towards next, and it is used for treatment of soil. So children, do you know that even plants require a perfect medium, neither acidic nor basic, in order to grow well? And when the medium is not very neutral, I mean to say that whenever the medium becomes either too acidic or too basic, plants do not grow very well. So in such cases, we add acids or more bases in order to neutralize the effect and achieve our target soil, which is neutral soil. Okay children, so whenever the soil is too acidic, we treat such soil with bases like calcium oxide, which is called as quicklime, or slaked lime, which is calcium hydroxide. This is calcium hydroxide, which is slaked lime, and this is calcium oxide, CaO, which is quicklime. We use these two bases to treat too acidic soil. But in case when the soil is too basic, we use organic matter. Why? Because organic matter releases acid, and this acid will neutralize the effect of bases, and it will and in this way we can treat the soil and make our soil neutral. Okay children, so this is the way we use the concept of neutralization for the treatment of soil. Let us move towards next point, which is factory waste. And children, you should know that the factory waste are usually acidic or they can be basic in nature. So we cannot release them directly into rivers or some water bodies, because it will disturb the nature of the water body, and it will harm the aquatic plants and animals. So we treat factory waste before releasing them into water bodies, and if the factory wastes are acidic in nature, we add more of the base or if they are basic in nature, we will have to add the acid in order to neutralize the effect, and when the factory waste will become neutral, we can release them into the water bodies. So this was all about the neutralization in everyday life, and I hope that you would have understood the concept really well.